Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be your cheerleader. I'm going to be talking about being happy. Recently, Hillsong United just released a new album, and one of the songs on it is called Wonder. And this song is so good. It's one of those songs that you kind of like, you wish was playing in the background of your life 24/7 because it's like amazing. He talks about, in it, he says, I see the world in light, I see the world in wonder. And he says, I see the Jesus way. And this song hit me. I've been listening to it like over and over again ever since it came out, just because I love this song so much. But this song hit me because it really gets in your head saying like, hey, you're supposed to be seeing the Jesus way. You're supposed to be seeing life in wonder and life in light. And it's like, that's what I want to talk about today, is because I think that it is so important to see or to live a life where you're seeing the world in light. You're seeing the world in wonder. You're seeing the world in a happy or a good point of view. I think a perfect example of this is a guy in the Bible named Paul. He is hardcore. He wrote like most of the New Testament. He went around all over preaching the word of Jesus, basically getting a ton of people saved. And he was responsible for starting tons of churches all over the world. And he was basically, just for being a church person, for preaching Jesus, he was persecuted a lot. Inside 2 Corinthians chapter 11, it says that he was shipwrecked a night. He says that he was multiple nights. He was like freezing cold. It says that he was given 39 lashes, like 5 times. He was hardcore. He's been in prison a ton of times, and all this stuff was going on, and still, he was still preaching the good news of God. There's a couple verses I want to share with you by this guy. He says he was in prison all these times. He's been whipped all these times. He's been, actually it says in there too that he's been stoned. That's not like weed stoned. He's talking about like people picking up rocks and throwing it at him until he's dead. And inside the Bible it says he barely lived just because they thought he was dead and they left him alone, and then he pretty much just like crawled away and lived. So this guy that's been whipped, that's been stoned, that's been shipwrecked, that's been beaten, that's been all these horrible things have happened to him. He also says this, check it out, in Romans chapter 12 verse 17, it says, never pay back evil with evil. Do things in such a way that everyone can see that you are honorable. Do all that you can do to live in peace with everyone. So I've done some research online, and I found out that people can basically be split into 2 categories. There are actors and there are reactors. And actors aren't really in a sense of like acting as in portraying a role. They're really as in acting as in no matter what circumstance they're in, they're always this way. Have you met those people where like they're always happy all the time, no matter what situation they're in? They always have a smile on their face. They're always freaking out, like happy, like, oh my God, I'm happy, so you need to be happy. And then they kind of like attack you with their happiness, you know what I mean? And then there's also the people that are like, oh my God, why are you so happy? Don't touch me. You know what I mean? Or it's like, also, I think there's also the reactors that are, if somebody's so happy, then they get happy because that person's so happy. Or if this person's so mad, then they come in and they're mad to them, so then they react right away. Like, it's basically like the elementary school, the kid comes up and is like, hey, you're ugly. And then the other kid's like, was happy. And then all of a sudden now he's like, hey, shut up, you're stupid. You know what I mean? That's a reactor. And I found out that actually like 20% of us are actors, and then the rest of us are pretty much reactors. And I think it is really important to know if you are an actor or if you are a reactor. I've thought about this a lot, and I hate to say it, and I mean, it's not really bad, but I found out that I am a reactor. It's like, if somebody comes up to me and they're like super happy, then all of a sudden I'm super happy. I come out of my normal level state and I'm just like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you, you know? And then if somebody comes up and they're mad, it's like my instant reaction is to be mad at them just right away. I'm just like, but it's something that God has really been working on me, and something that I have really been working on with myself, is to not react but be an actor, but act. So I really am trying to get myself to be happy all the time. No matter what circumstance is going on around me, I want to live life in a happy way. And no matter what circumstance is going on, maybe my car just blew up outside and some guy is freaking out because my car blew up and it scratched his car. I don't know. I'm not gonna react in a mad way because that guy's freaking out. I need to react in a Jesus way. I need to react in a way that portrays God, in a way that honors others, that a way that acts as forgiveness towards others, even though they may be freaking out. Like that's the challenge, I think, is if people are freaking out at you, to remember that, hey, at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is Jesus. And the only thing that really matters is how am I going to portray Jesus to them? So how do you do this? How do you get in a way that you're happy all the time, even if somebody's freaking out, angry, if everything around you is like turning into total chaos? How do you portray Jesus all the time? And I'm not going to say like the best way to do it is to just do like the yoga breaths, breathe in and do 1, 2, 3, but it's kind of close. The best way to do it is through prayer. It doesn't have to be a amazing fancy prayer. It doesn't have to be anything that is like 10 minutes long. It could just be, Jesus, help me because I'm freaking out. That's like one of my favorite prayers to pray, is literally just, Jesus, help me because I really need your help right now. And God's not going to be like, help you with what? Because he knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly what you're going through. Because remember, Jesus came down and became one of us. Jesus is the man. He came and died on a cross for us. He knows exactly what we're going through because he's done it. He lived on this earth for 33 years, so he knows what you're going through. I mean, really, I hate to say it, but Jesus is a lot smarter than you, and he's a lot smarter than me too. So hopefully this video has encouraged you guys to help live life the Jesus way, help live life a happy way, and an encouraged way, and a forgiving way, and a loving way towards others. But stay tuned, guys. Some more videos are going to come up, and it's going to be awesome. Love you guys. See you soon.